Hello there, I'm Ole Brygger and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, we finished the house. It was quite a journey and it took way longer than I actually thought it would. But I'm so happy that we are done with that house. This video, I actually considered cutting it into 3 parts because I was afraid this was going to be a bit too long. But sit down and enjoy. This is the last part of building a house. Let's get started. We need some doors for the front and back side of this house. I started cutting up some foam for the doorstep, and then I cut up some coffee stir sticks as boards for the door. I also used a key link from a jewelry kit as a door handle. And then I put in some magnets in the bottom of the doorstep. And then we have a door. We also need some stairs for this top floor. And then I cut up some 3x5mm sticks for the steps. And again, I used some coffee stir sticks as the steps. Some glue, and that's just ordinary PVA glue. The steps was not deep enough, so I decided to expand them with an extra board. And then I had a top board, and now I needed some beams where I could attach some magnets. Then I marked up for the holes and to the drill press. And magnet, glue. And this is a bit messy. I got it all over my fingers. And this is for the railings. I wanted to put some magnets in the railing so I could change it for the left and right side depending on which direction I wanted the stairs. I used this barrel as an extra support for the stairs. And there we go. Left and right. And now for some paint. I just used some chocolate brown for this. Now it's time to make some walls. I cut up some foam board, 3mm thick. I also cut up some pieces of 5x5mm wood for the beams. And here I wanted to attach some magnets. We need 5 magnets in each beam so we can connect all the walls. I marked up where I wanted to drill the holes. And back to the drill press. And for the bottom of the beam, I used a piece of masking tape to measure up the 5mm for the magnet rod. I made 15 of these beams. I don't know if I'm going to use them all, And then I used some wire hangers, and this is to put inside the wall so the magnets will attach to it. I also needed to figure out how to embed the rods into the walls, and I used my hot knife just to melt the edge of the foam board, and then I could glue the rod in, and I made 10 door openings and 10 walls and 4 of these for the roof. Now I needed to mark up where to attach magnets in the bottom, so the rods that connects the walls can sit up. And here I used a 3mm drill and some masking tape to measure the depths. And then I put in some magnets. And it was important to check the polarity before I put in some glue. I also used a wooden stick so I wouldn't pull out the magnet. I also had to drill some holes from the top because there was a wall in the way. I put in some magnets and added some glue, used some filler, paint and some Nuln oil. And these magnets were actually strong enough to hold the wall. I did the same thing on the bottom floor and on the top floor. Now I needed to drill out a hole for the stairs. This is just a visual effect. I will put in the stairs later. I found this old can and it was magnetic. I washed it firmly and then it was time to cut it up. I was only going to use the top and the bottom because the rest was useless. And then I hammered it flat. I printed some frames and some other wall decoration. Measured up how big the piece of metal should be and cut up. Then I needed to attach some magnets inside the wall. And I used my hot knife. And it was actually very smoky. I would recommend good ventilation if you do this. Then I put the magnets just above the middle. I printed some pictures, random pictures I got from the internet, and fit them into the frame. Some glue, cutting, and then I glued the metal on the back. All metal attach, magnets in the walls. Yay, it works! More coffee stir sticks. Now I need to build 12 doors. And the principle is almost the same as before, but these doors I need to be able to open and close. So I used some crafting paper. And they will be glued in as hinges. And some of the jewelry links. This is for the door frame. "12 doors, 2 openings, 10 walls. And now for some paint. This is actually a texture paint called Rough Ground. And then I gave it some of my homemade wash. And a dry brush with some tan. And some chocolate brown for the woodwork. I don't prime it, I just paint it on directly because the stir sticks has a very light color. So it's enough with a thinned down paint, and then it looks painted as it should. It works pretty good. Then it drills a couple of holes with my knife, so it will look like nails in the doors. And here you can see them close up. And for the finishing touch, I used this dry brush paint from Citadel, the Necron Compound, just to give it a metallic look. And since the craft paper was black, it worked pretty okay. And now the beams for the walls. I wanted to make a door for the second floor. I used the same principle as before. It was not actually necessary that it could open or close, but I like the end result. Now I need to build a ladder for this hole. I used some 3x5mm pieces of wood and some smaller sticks from cotton sticks. Cleaning up the holes. And this was very messy because I used some CA glue and I just got it all over my fingers. I was just too impatient not to use some PVA glue instead. And I got some paint. Now for the stairs in this hole. This is for the second floor. I used this 3x5mm wood and made some stairs. This is only for a visual effect and not for the gameplay. I used some crafting paper in the bottom so you couldn't see it. It will always be dark. On the first floor I also needed some stairs and they should look a bit nicer. I used the same principle as before. The stairs will be glued in permanently. Now I had to measure up for the ladder, cutting some hole to make some stability, and this will also be glued in permanently since there's only one hole on the top floor. I made some railing for the stairs. And now for some of the 3D printed interior. I used some speed paints from the Army Painter. It was pretty quick. It took me about 1 hour to paint all this. And I really like the result. This is only speed paint and a tiny bit of gold, but that's it. And here you can see all the pieces for the walls and doors. And now it's just putting it up together. Here I wanted to make a kitchen for a tavern. And then you have the serving area. Room for silver. Some paintings on the wall. Some kitchen appliances. Tables. Chairs, benches. And of course the trapdoor to the basement. And we need a dog to guard the stairs. And take care of the kitten on the top of the shelf. And let's have a party. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. I know it was long, but it was 70 hours of video footage and 2 months of work. So it took a while for me to get this project done, but I must say I'm a bit proud of the results. And one last thing, we can't have a tavern without a sign. Thank you so much for watching. And remember to like and subscribe if you want to watch more of my projects. And I don't know what the future will bring. Maybe it could be city gates, blacksmith, or maybe even mines. I don't know yet, but I have a ton of plans in my brain. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon. Bye.